Bootcamp laughed at her. They called her Barbie, too soft to survive. But when the commander forced her to strip down for inspection, the room froze. One tattoo across her back carried a secret so powerful, it turned silence into fear and respect into awe. This is Sophia's story. The bus rattled over the dusty road, its windows streaked with grime. Inside, recruits fidgeted in silence. Some whispered. Some laughed too loudly, pretending they weren't afraid. Sophia sat near the middle. Her duffel rested against her boots. She wasn't tall. She wasn't broad. Her frame looked too light for the storm waiting at the gates. She kept her face still, but inside her chest a broken watch ticked, silent, unmoving. It was her father's. She carried it in her pocket like a weight, a reminder. From the back, laughter rose. "Bootcamp Barbie," one of them whispered, elbowing his buddy. More laughter. Muffled but sharp. Sophia stared out the window, her jaw locked. She had been underestimated all her life. Words had never mattered. It was silence that proved the most. The bus groaned to a stop. The door hissed open. Drill sergeants waited outside, eyes like hawks, voices like gunfire. "Move, move, move," chaos erupted. Bags slammed. Boots thudded. Recruits stumbled into the blinding sun. Sophia rose last, calm. Her duffel swung onto her shoulder in one practiced motion. She stepped down, the heat pressing against her skin. The first hours tore them apart. Paperwork, uniforms, bunks shouted orders. They stripped individuality away like peeling paint. Sophia folded her uniform with quiet precision. A boy sneered, "Going to hang curtains too?" Another muttered, "She'll ask for a mirror next." Laughter again. Sophia didn't look up. She tucked her things in her footlocker, the broken watch resting at the bottom. The laughter rolled over her like smoke. That night, lying on the thin mattress, she stared at the ceiling. The barracks buzzed with whispers. Her hands rested on her chest, steady. Beneath her shirt, pressed against her back, the ink lay hidden. She remembered the needle's sting, her mother's disapproval, the vow she had carved into her skin. They thought she was fragile. They thought she didn't belong. They had no idea what legacy she carried. Outside, a horn blared at 4:30 a.m. The second day began before the first had even ended. Boots hit dirt. Floodlights cut the dark 5 miles before breakfast. Sweat burned her eyes. Her lungs screamed. But Sophia stayed in the middle, steady. Step after step, she refused to drop back. By the end, some had quit, bent over, broken. Sophia collapsed to one knee, chest heaving, but her lips curled faintly. She had survived day one. But in the corner of the barracks, her empty wallet stared back at her from the locker. Inside, it was nothing. No photos, no cash. Just emptiness. A reminder of what she had lost and why she was here. And in the dark, she whispered to herself, "They don't know who I am." Not yet. The morning horn shattered her sleep again. Her arms ached. Her knees burned. Still she rose. Boots laced tight, uniform sharp. Outside, drill instructors circled like wolves. Beds inspected. Uniforms tugged. One wrinkle meant push-ups. A crooked fold meant punishment. Sophia dropped into the dirt with the rest, palms grinding into gravel, sweat dripping onto her sleeves. She counted silently. 1, 2, 3. Breakfast blurred. Food shoveled down, trays clattering. Then the run again. Longer this time, hotter. She kept rhythm. One breath, one step. No complaints. Obstacle courses followed. Walls slick with dew. Ropes that tore skin raw. Sophia slipped more than once. Hands bleeding. Arms screaming. "Need a ladder, Barbie?" Someone jeered, her teeth clenched. She tried again. Again. Until finally she pulled herself over, collapsing into the dirt. The nickname lightweight followed her everywhere. At first it stung, but as days passed, something shifted. They mocked, yet they noticed. Lightweight never quit. She carried her gear. She crawled through the mud. She stood tall when sergeants screamed inches from her face. By the second week, storms rolled in. Rain soaked them. The field turned into a swamp. Mud swallowed boots. They ordered planks in the muck, arms trembling, spines straight. One by one, recruits dropped. Groans filled the air. Sophia's body shook. Rain and sweat blurred together, dripping into her eyes. She thought of her father's broken watch. Time frozen, but her pulse alive. She held on, seconds stretching into pain. When the command finally came, she fell face first into mud, but she hadn't broken. The barracks thinned. More quit. The loudest voices disappeared. Still, Whispers clung like smoke. One evening after a brutal drill, Sophia peeled off her soaked jacket. The fabric clung to her undershirt, plastered against her skin. That's when someone froze. "Hey, you see that?" Eyes turned. Beneath her shirt, faint lines stretched across her shoulder blades. "Dark, sharp, what is that?" Someone whispered. Laughter bubbled. "Bet it's a butterfly." No, her boyfriend's name. But the outline was too bold, too wide. Sophia folded her jacket calmly, not answering. Her silence sharpened their curiosity. That night, whispers grew. An eagle, flames, a gang mark. Rumors thickened. They wanted to see. They demanded answers. She gave none. The ink wasn't theirs to know. It was hers. Her breath caught. Around her, recruits leaned forward. They had joked about this moment. Now it was here. Sophia unfastened her jacket, folded it neatly. Beneath, only the plain white undershirt remained. The commander's eyes narrowed. Shirt off. Silence swallowed the room. Every gaze locked on her. She gripped the hem, her father's voice echoing in her head. "Stand tall. Never flinch." She pulled the shirt over her head. Gasps rippled. The barracks froze. Across her back stretched wings of an eagle, black ink bold and unyielding. Talons gripped a dagger. A banner curved across the feathers. Staff Sergeant Daniel Ward. Beneath, the emblem of a Special Forces unit every soldier recognized. The commander's face paled. His jaw tightened. His voice low. "Staff Sergeant Ward, was your father?" "Yes, sir." A hush fell heavy. Recruits who had laughed now stared at the floor. Miller, her loudest mocker, bit his lip, shame washing his face. The commander straightened. "Uniform back on, Recruit Ward." She slid the shirt over her skin, the ink hidden again, but its weight lingered. The whispers stopped that night. Silence filled the barracks instead, but silence felt heavier than mockery. At dawn, a sergeant barked, "Ward, Commander wants to see you. Now." Cliffhanger. Sophia marched across the compound, boots pounding the dusty road. She entered the office. The commander leaned back, eyes cold, a folder on the desk. He tapped it once. "Sit, we need to talk about your father." The office smelled of leather and paper. Frames lined the walls. Medals. Photographs. The commander studied her, his eyes sharp but distant. "That tattoo. You didn't get it for decoration?" "No, sir." "Who gave you permission to wear it?" Her jaw clenched. "No one, sir. I earned it the day my father didn't come home." The commander's gaze drifted to a photo on his desk. Soldiers lined up, dusty, eyes hardened by war. The same emblem stitched onto their sleeves. "Your father," he said slowly. "Daniel Ward, Special Forces. I served with him. He saved my life once." Sophia's chest tightened. She hadn't expected this. "He never hesitated," the commander continued. "And when the mission ended, we walked out alive because he stayed behind." Sophia blinked hard. Her throat burned. "I never knew the details. No one told us. Some stories stay buried," he said. "But you deserve to know. That tattoo, it isn't arrogance. It's loyalty. A promise." Sophia's spine straightened. "I'll finish what he couldn't." The commander nodded, rare approval in his eyes. "Then make sure you do. But remember, your father's legacy isn't enough. You must stand as your own soldier." As she left, the broken watch in her pocket felt heavier. Its frozen hands pressed against her palm. She realized time hadn't stopped. It had only been waiting for her. Back at the barracks, eyes followed her. Some with respect, some with fear. Miller muttered, "Didn't know about your dad." Sophia's voice was calm. "It doesn't change the fact I have to earn my place." That night, Rodriguez, the quiet recruit above her bunk, leaned down. "My brother didn't make it back from Afghanistan. When I saw your tattoo, it reminded me we're not alone." Sophia looked up, heart tightening. "Then we carry them together." The trench stank of rot and rain. Mud swallowed Miller's body. His arms flailed. Panic rose in his eyes. "Go," he shouted at her. "Finish the course." Sophia's father's voice roared inside her head. Never leave a man behind, she slogged toward him. Mud clung, dragging at her every step. She gripped his wrist, her muscles burning. "Grab my hand!" The mud resisted, pulling harder. Her veins throbbed. With one final heave, Miller broke free. Both collapsed on the far side, covered head to toe in sludge. Whistles blew. Sergeants watched silently. No mocking, no sneers. Just silence heavy with recognition. Back in formation, recruits clapped her shoulder. Rodriguez whispered, "You didn't have to do that. We're not here to race. We're here to bring each other home." That night, recruits gathered around her bunk, their voices softer. Johnson said, "Your old man sounds like the leader we'd follow." Sophia's throat tightened. "That's why I'm here, to be the soldier he'd respect." From then on, runs changed. Recruits matched her pace. Others asked her tips during weapons drills. Even Miller muttered one night while cleaning rifles, "I was wrong about you. You're tougher than all of us combined." Sophia gave a faint smile. "It's not about being tough. It's about not quitting." The air in camp shifted. Whispers turned into respect.